So a couple years ago in Iceland, of all places, I learned some tricks that are going to completely change the way you appreciate bubbles on New Year's Eve.
Okay, so this video bugged me. Now, here's the thing. I'm not going to be that guy. I'm not going to be the Nico Leonard of spirits and wine. But I can't just sit by when bad knowledge is passed on from huge accounts. So I'm going to walk you through this video for a sec and tell you kind of exactly what I don't like, in my opinion.
So a couple years ago in Iceland, of all places, I learned some tricks.
Now, first of all, he says he learned something about sparkling wine in Iceland. I'm sure there's plenty of people who know a lot about wine all over the world and Iceland. But it wouldn't be my first choice for sparkling wine advice.
First lesson, the flute is the worst possible glassware to use for sparkling wine. It traps all those bubbles that you paid so much money for. They're not getting to your nose.
Okay, so we'll stop there. He's half right. The champagne glass is not the worst possible glass. In fact, I really like champagne glasses, and while it's not the optimal glass, it certainly looks beautiful. If you get one with a fluted tip like this one, you can still get your nose in there, get some great aromas. This is a Luigi Bormioli. It's a beautiful crystal champagne flute. Not the worst. What he's about to tell you is the worst. Two of the worst, actually.
You want a coupe, and if at worst case you don't have a coupe, even a rocks glass is better than a standard flute. It's going to give you much more aromatic action on your nose, and that's what you paid all that money for.
So no, that's not the case at all. Aromatic action, you're going to get some aromatics, but the coupe and a rocks glass, they're too wide at the top. You're going to lose all of the bubbles. They're just going to float away into the space, and you're not going to enjoy them. Plus, a coupe is a very strange. It's great for martinis, other up cocktails, but the coupe is not good for champagne. But what is? Now, in my humblest of opinions, the best glass for sparkling wine is this. This is Riedel. It's basically an all-purpose crystal wine glass. It is intended to be a red glass, but it's almost, to me, the perfect shape for any wine. I think that the curvature, the size of the belly is just perfect for capturing the aromatics of sparkling wine, of still wine, and of beer. I love this as a beer glass. It's beautifully sheer, and if you have a wine glass like this, a white wine glass, a smaller red wine glass, that is the perfect glass for sparkling wine.
Now, the second lesson is one that's going to blow your mind. It's going to sound stupid. You're going to say, I'm crazy. Don't do it. Do it.
And now this is my least favorite part.
Black licorice. I don't know why. I'm sure there's some great scientific explanation for this, but black licorice and sparkling wine go amazing together.
No, absolutely not. A black licorice, anisette, that dark, dense, spicy flavor, it's gonna destroy your palate, and you're not gonna be able to taste anything after that. No, don't eat black licorice with champagne.
It's going to transform those bubbles in the glass. You can just throw this in, but I like to put it on a skewer, stir it around, agitate those bubbles a little bit. So much more complex, so much more going on than just kind of sweet acidity and bubbles, which is what you usually get from sparkling wine.
What? Okay, first of all, just sweet acidity and bubbles, that's not what you get in sparkling wine. At least sparkling wine that's good. Especially champagne, anything done in Method Champenoise, stuff from Jura. I mean, you're getting biscuity flavors, certainly, apple and fruit and things like that, but sometimes butterscotch, depending on the age, and the bubbles. You should never have to put anything in your wine to make your wine taste better. That's crazy. This is the equivalent of dipping a cigar in the whiskey while you smoke it. No. Enjoy it for what it is, and if you don't like how it tastes, then it's probably not a very good wine.
The kind of the rich anisey notes of the black licorice really pull out that sweetness and balance it. It is the perfect cheers to the new year.
That's incredibly terrible advice. And don't do this. What is a Milk Street? And that video has 380,000 views. Oh my God. That's too many views for such terrible information. And what qualifies me for this? Matt, are you a sommelier? Yes and no. I have been the sommelier for a number of restaurants. As far as certification, I never became a certified sommelier. I took the Court of Masters Sommelier 1 test, and I got a pin to prove it. But you know, you got to get like a C to pass and to be a level 1 somm. So I feel like I'm qualified at the very least to say, don't put sparkling wine in a coupe or in a rocks glass, and for the love of champagne, do not put black licorice in your bubbly.